Good morning and welcome to our last webinar of this series. Tim Bruns, part of the technical support team, will be your guide through the next 20 minutes, and he will share all insights about migrating to Shopware 6. In case of any questions, please use the Q&A tool of Zoom. At the end of the webinar, we will have at least a couple of minutes to answer your questions. Finally, to let you know who's talking to you right now, my name is Raphael, and as the knowledge manager at Shopware, my job is to share our knowledge around the world, and so I'm also responsible for the webinars. That's it so far. Tim, go for it.
Yeah, thank you, Raphael. Welcome to our webinar of the best moment to migrate to Shopware 6. For me, I work at Shopware since 2015. I'm in the technical support team, and I will share some information with you about the migration to Shopware 6. So first of all, we have a documentation about the whole migration process. So in any cases of questions, just use our documentation. All the information about the migration process are written down there. I will just go through this documentation, starting with the introduction. So you can run your Shopware 6 installation and your Shopware 5 installation to have this migration process. First of all, you will need to prepare your Shopware 5 installation. So you check if every plugin used in Shopware 5 and every thing you're using in Shopware 5 currently is also available for Shopware 6. This is like plugins, your template, and everything like this. You will need to have obviously a Shopware 6 installation to migrate to. This is also in the preparation phase. Coming to the migration period, where you really migrate your data from Shopware 5 to Shopware 6, I will show everything live afterwards. And then the final stage where you're really going live, so your domain changes, your whole installation changes, so you really use the Shopware 6 installation as a live shop. Going to Shopware 5, this is our Shopware 5 installation, front end, and also the back end. I will just log into my Shopware 5 installation. First of all, I will go to the plugin manager, where I need to install a plugin called Shopware Migration Connector. I already installed it into this Shopware 5 installation. Make sure if you're using HTTP and not HTTPS, to enforce secure connection to no and not to yes. Yes is standard-wise because obviously everybody's using HTTPS in live systems. I'm not using this in my test system, so I will need to change it to no. With this plugin, there will be another feature called Shopware 6 Update, which you will find in the question mark. And if you click on this one, you will also have a check for your Shopware 5 installation, whether it's possible to migrate to Shopware 6 or not. So you have some requirements which are used for Shopware 6 and which are some different to Shopware 5. So the PHP version, the MySQL version, which Shopware version at all you're using. So in my test system, this is just a community edition. If you're using enterprise edition, you will need to have the code in the backend. So this will show Shopware enterprise edition. Then on top of this, there's a test of your plugins if they are available for Shopware 6. As you might see now, the demo data is not released for Shopware 6 at the moment because there's no demo data in the installation. With the demo data, it's just another plugin, so nothing special. If I then go to my Shopware 6 administration and log in into this one, I will also need to install a plugin, which is called Migration Assistant, and I will need to activate it, obviously. Then I can use this plugin to get the migration into my Shopware 6. So this is the first real step to migrate your data from Shopware 5 to Shopware 6. So I will need to have a name for this migration. For me, it's migration from Shopware 5.6.2 to Shopware 6. So I use the profile Shopware 5.6 and I just name it the same way. And I can use a gateway, which is local. So I use the database migration or API, which is with the plugins we just installed. So I use the API way and establish my connection. This would say that in Shopware 5, I will need to have the plugin which I already installed, the migration assistant or migration connector in Shopware 5, which I already installed. That's why I can continue in this way. Then I will need to have a user in the Shopware backend, in the Shopware 5 backend, which has API access, and I will need the API key. I will show it to you now. So you go to configuration, user administration, use the user which has a API access. Then just copy the API key into your Shopware 6 admin, and then just use the user name. Make sure to unmark the HTTPS. So you just click on this one. As I said before, I'm just using HTTP in my test environments. And then it is sw5.test. And my connection is successful, so everything's fine. I can then migrate data from Shopware 5 to Shopware 6. So this is just the connection between my Shopware 5 shop and my Shopware 6 shop. This is up and running, so it's connected. The status over here is live, so if anything happens, if I change the username in the backend, or if I have a new API key for this user, I will see that it's not connected anymore. So now I can see my some information, my profile which I'm using. So if I update my Shopware 5 from Shopware 5.5 to Shopware 5.6, for example, I can also edit this connection to set another profile, not the Shopware 5.6, but the not the Shopware 5.5, but the Shopware 5.6. And I can also see when my last migration was. Obviously, I had none before, so I'm doing it now. I just go to data selection, and I can say I only want the products to be migrated. Then I just click on products, but now I want all of the things migrated, so I just click everything, and then I start migration. So now there's Shopware 5, Shopware 6 getting the information from Shopware 5. In this process, you see, okay, we have detected some data which needs to be manually assigned. So in Shopware 5, I obviously have SEPA as my payment method. Now I need to say, okay, which method do I use in Shopware 6? Obviously, if you have PayPal in Shopware 5, you should also have PayPal in Shopware 6 installed so that you can match these payment methods directly and not afterwards. That's just worse. So just install the PayPal plugin or any other payment plugin or salutation. If you have more than the standard Shopwares, you just install them or add them. So I'm just saying direct debit for both. Salutation. So this in Shopware 5, it's MS for Mrs. And in Shopware 6, it's MRS. And the standard delivery time, I say 1 to 3 days. So now data is checked. There's some other information which already were assigned. You can check it, but normally it's right assigned. So I'm continuing, and now the data from Shopware 5 will be migrated to Shopware 6. As you can see, media, customer, orders, products, and everything like this. Now you can see the media is starting to download from Shopware 5, and you will get a push notification over here that 15 files are remaining. So the media migration will not be live in this window, but it will be in the backend in the notification bar, so that you can see, okay, my files are still downloading. That's why from time to time you don't see every product with every media immediately. So if I go to products, beforehand it was empty because it was an empty installation of Shopware 6. Now I migrated my products from Shopware 5 to Shopware 6, so I can see all the information here. I also have orders, which I made in Shopware 5, so you can see these are my orders in Shopware 6, and also these are my orders in Shopware 5, so it's literally the same. Then you can also see that the process over here, the migration, is still up and running. So if I change to any other site, it will still be up and running. So I don't need to be on that specific site anymore of the migration. If I open the plugin now, I can see, okay, everything's done. I can see my details of the migration. So I can see, for example, 129 products were imported. So data sets of products. These are not really the products, but also the information about the products, categories and everything like this connected to the products. Yes, so this is the migration process from a data point of view. If I now go to the Shopware account, I will also have the migration for my licenses. So I just open my account, go to merchant area, go to shops, and there I have my sw5.test, which is my Shopware 5 domain. And as you can see here, my subdomain sw6 would be my Shopware 6 installation, but now I only have licenses and plugins for Shopware 5. So I'm going into my account to the point, create your Shopware 6 migration environment. And I'm just doing right now. So I'm using the prefix sw6 because that's my Shopware 6 domain, .sw5.test. I create my environment and now it's connected to my Shopware 5 environment. So this is my Shopware 6 environment, sw6.sw5.test, which is the Shopware 600 EA1.1. And all the plugins, obviously I have no plugins bought right now, which are in the Shopware 5 installation and possible to use in Shopware 6 already, will be also in my Shopware 6 installation now. If I had a subscription or an enterprise edition or something like this, it will also be on the Shopware 6 installation. So I can run Shopware 5 and Shopware 6 on the same time. So to be honest, the best time or the best moment to migrate is just if you say, okay, the features of Shopware 6, the feature set is already convenient for me. I can use Shopware 6 live and will have I will still have the same information and the same possibilities in my Shopware 6 shop as in my Shopware 5 shop. So if you want to test it now, just install your Shopware 6 installation, use it, migrate your data to Shopware 5. You can use both shops at the same time. So Shopware 6 installation for testing, for migrating, you can obviously do the migration process over and over again, because if you migrate now and say you want to go live in half a year, you will obviously have more customers, more orders, more products in Shopware 5 than in Shopware 6. So you have to re-migrate all the information. So if there's any struggles when to migrate, I'd say just install Shopware 6, check if everything's working as it's supposed to be for your shop, if you can use all the plugins you're using right now, or if it's included in the Shopware already. Migrate your data, get everything up and running, and then you decide when it's best time to migrate. The final version of Shopware 6 will be released end of the year. There will be a new release for the early access, so it's early access 2 then. I think this week, depending on the development process. So you will have more features like filters in the listing, reviews of products, HTTP cache, SEO URLs, and some more CMS improvements with the new release of Shopware 6 EA2. So just install it, update, migrate, check, and I'd say that's the best way and the best time to migrate to Shopware 6. So if there's anything else, just ask in the questions. From my point, that's it. The migration to Shopware 6, I'd say, is pretty easy to do. Just try it, and you will see it. That's easy. So from my point, that's everything said. Raphael, that's your time.
Tim, thanks for the very comprehensive overview and how to migrate to Shopware 6. Obviously, you did not miss a thing at all. There is no question with regards to this topic. Yeah, and as there is no question from my side, I think that's it for now. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and for the outlook. You also mentioned the EA2, so the Early Access 2. There will be another webinar upcoming to all the attendees. Just have a look at our webinar overview and yeah, just sign up for it. Thanks everybody for listening. Have a great second half of the week and see you next time. Bye bye.